Just a quick reminder that if you want to support Concepts and Legends, please remember to like and subscribe. And you can also show your support by using our TCG affiliate link for any and all of your magic needs by using the link you see here or below in the description. Any and all help is greatly appreciated and helps us bring you more videos like the one that is starting right now. Hello everyone. Today we have a first time ever interview with a newer addition to the MTG roster, Mila Pesic. Mila is an absolute peach and hails all the way from Serbia. Yavili! So let's not wait any longer and get to the interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
And thanks for having me. It's nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you too. Okay, so where I want to get your life story because you're very multiculti. You've been all over the globe. Where were you born?
I was born in Serbia, in Niš, and I lived here. I finished high school here, and then I went to study in Florence.
Right.
And then I came back.
Now, Florence, how cool was that? I mean, is there anything about that city that isn't awesome for an artist?
Yeah, no, it's to me, it's the most beautiful city I've ever been to. I mean, it's full of history, especially for us artists. So it was an amazing experience.
And do you think, I mean, obviously going to school there, obviously shaped your being an artist, but I'd imagine just being around all that art also changes the landscapes that you do as far as, your art.
Yeah. Actually, I was so prior to going to academy there, I had very traditional art background in my high school, and when I went there, it was very different, like schooling. It was very modern and open, so it was in contrast to what the city was offering, because it had all the Renaissance main things there. And so I actually had, I picked up from old art and from new art, mixed the two worlds. So yeah, I think it was a blessing to have everything.
Did you have certain paintings that you went and saw over and over again? And if you did, what were they?
With mine paintings or
paintings that you could see like in Florence.
That I could see. Actually, I was more into sculptures back then. Yeah, and architecture also. So yeah, I would probably hang out because main gallery was just in the same street as my academy, and we had the same corridor. So sometimes it was open and you could like walk in.
Holy crap!
David and all amazing things.
You just like wake up in the morning, go see David, get a cup of coffee, just check it out, and that's nuts. Oh my god! Wow, that's insane. Is seeing it in person? Is it just like does it floor you? I can't imagine. I imagine it does.
It's very, I don't know, you are just breathless when you walk in and when you see it for the first time, because
how did he do
huge.
I know, right? And how did he do it? How did he make it so smooth? I mean, I can't even, like with me and Play-Doh, I will just I couldn't do that,
Yeah. If I had to, go back in time, I would probably try to hang out with Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. So
right,
yeah, just to kind of get the sense of how did they do these things that are. I mean, for us now, we have internet and we have all the knowledge,
Right.
So I think it's easier for us today to study and to see things, just we have reference all over.
Right.
And yeah, I think they were just amazing.
Yeah, they were, and it's like and it's one of the reasons why I am doing these interviews with all of you guys and gals is because I wish there were more interviews with, Michelangelo, or, like even Van Gogh. I mean, Van Gogh. uh, it would be nice to hear what they have to say about their work. So this is one of the reasons why I'm doing it. And so I thank you for doing this. So what I'd like to know is, how do you then go and transition from somebody who is, just a very talented, albeit very talented, just another art student, to getting the attention of Wizards? Because if I'm not mistaken, they invited you to work on Magic.
Yeah, I transitioned, I think, a couple years before I started working for Magic, um, from traditional to digital. And I was doing this one painting. I think it is still on my art station. And I was gathering courage to, submit. And
Mm-hmm.
just before finishing it, I received um, an invitation from Cynthia Shepherd, an email.
Wow.
And yeah, I remember it was really late at night, and I saw it on my phone, and I thought, like, you're imagining things,
Oh my God.
you're just daydreaming. And yeah, it was that was 3 years ago already.
And so how did Cynthia get a hold of your artwork? Do you know how that happened?
I think it was through Facebook because I added her there. And so yeah, she probably saw my work there. Not probably, I mean, I know that she saw it there because she liked some of it. And when every time I add someone, I usually send a message to, like, say thank you, blah blah blah. So I had a little chat when I added her, and I know that she liked my cover photo. That was
Which
one of my.
was it, the wizard, the wizard
Yeah,
casting the spell? Yes.
yeah, yeah. And then yeah, I mean, I didn't obviously didn't want to, you know uh like, be like an intruder, but yeah, I always say something to people that I add because there's a reason why I'm adding them, because I love their art, and I want to see more of that on my timeline. So that's why I added her.
Yeah.
And
So now Cynthia is really, from what I understand, she's a powerhouse as far as art directors go. What was it like working with her for the first time? What was the very first card that you did?
the very first card was Winter's Rest, and Martyr's Soul, I think, because I took two paintings for that first wave. But the first one I finished was Winter's Rest, and um, it was, I don't know. I mean, I was panicking. I was under pressure because you ask yourself, oh my God, will I fuck this up? But yeah, it went really smooth. She's an amazing art director. I really loved working with her, and yeah.
And so, like, what's really also very very notable about you is being relatively new as far as artists go. Bing Bang Boom, the Secret Lair International Women's Day comes out, and you're commissioned to do Oona, which you're cast alongside alongside Cynthia, as well as many of the other like powerhouse women of Magic the Gathering. How did that happen? And like, was that not like just the coolest thing ever? I mean, not like totally like.
I'm gonna have to say, when I was commissioned, I knew that it was special. It was all female artists working on it, and I at that time I didn't know who were the other artists working on it. I felt pressure because it was Oona. It's a like iconic character, and I knew that I had to, give the best of me. But I had no idea that, I would be working alongside Cynthia and other awesome ladies
Right.
that appear there. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's like those are like the heavy hitters, and I was like, wow, you're the like the new girl on the block, but like right away, I mean, that's got to be affirming, and it really does actually speak a lot to your talent as an artist. It really is perfect for Magic. um
Yeah, thank you.
One of the things also that I love about your work is, and a couple of them, and I do I ask this often with other artists, but I love that attention to detail, like specifically it is demonic lore and library larcenist. I immediately get drawn to the books and the writing. Um, were those part of the style guide? Or was that something you were able to bring? And were there any meaning
No, no,
assigned it?
no.
No.
Yeah. So usually, when you have to incorporate something that has text on it, it it shouldn't match anything in the real world.
Right.
So you have to invent something, and yeah, I actually love doing that. Um, Library larcenist, yeah, it had some like drawings and some kind of
Yeah,
writings
like
on
a
it.
little map or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, where do you just like, are they just like random squiggles? I mean, that just look really good, or is there an actual uh like meaning behind it? Because in demonic lore there is like such a focus on the shapes. I mean, is there any sort of like, I guess, like, I know you can't reference real world things, but like you can sort of infer it, right?
Um, well, not really, because
Okay.
you don't want to have something that reminds people of something that already exists. I mean, we cannot invent hot water,
Right.
but
I can.
you
I
look.
mean, I don't know about you.
uh, yeah, you kind of look for the design language, and so the monoflora is supposed to be, sinister. So you look for shapes that could indicate that something's not right there. So if you touch the book, you get engraved uh, rune on your head. And
Right. Yeah, like can you like imagine like it wouldn't be good to do demonic Kindle because that would be too much of a real world thing. But um one of the okay, so also one thing that I really am fascinated by, and I don't have the eye for it yet, but I can't differentiate the a lot of times the digital versus the non-digital. When you transitioned to doing digital, what was the reason behind that? And do you feel like you prefer one over the other now?
mm, well, I think the main reason was because it's really faster to work digital. It's versatile, you can change colors faster, or move composition, change things. I really miss traditional. I miss, you know, the smell of the paint and
Hmm.
oils and everything. Um, and I hope to get back to it someday, and maybe to magic cards traditionally. But I also, before I transitioned, I had a gap of like a couple of years where I didn't paint at all. I did some other things. Uh, so
What were you? What other things like? You had a look there. I'm wondering.
no, I took a break from not from art but from painting specifically.
Really?
Um, yeah, I did because I came back here and I couldn't find a job, and it's really the country isn't fit for
Hmm.
artists in that way.
Right, right, right.
So I did other stuff. I worked as a translator because I learned Italian, so I was briefly working with an Italian company here.
Are you trilingual? Is that the word for it? Like you can speak how many languages? Three?
Three, yeah.
You know, the FBI probably would be interested in having you too. Uh, I don't know if you know who Gloria Estefan is, but she was recruited by the FBI because she could speak Spanish, English, and Portuguese. So
Yeah.
yeah, you could also, like, I mean, obviously I don't see magic not working out for you, but if it didn't, you could be an FBI agent. and
That would be an interesting career.
and you got the accent too, so it's like even like the intrigue, they can make a movie out of you. um
Yeah, actually, I speak even more languages because Balkan has all languages are similar here. Bosnian, Croatian, Macedonian, like even Bulgarian. I was there a million times, so it's easy to kind of understand people.
wow, okay, so how many then do you actually officially speak?
Well, let's just stick to three.
No, 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 no. It's no, no. It's not bragging if it's true, and I'm curious because I want to know, and I want to feel embarrassment as the American that can only speak English.
Oh man, please don't.
Oh, come on. What is it?
Um,
7? Is it 8?
so that's if we count all countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. Yeah, seven.
Wow.
Seven.
See, that's amazing. If you know that you're a badass if you have to take the time to remember how many languages you can actually speak. Like you're like, what? That's awesome. Wow. Okay. So back to the magic stuff. Also, one of the things that I'm curious about is the model for Winter's Rest, and then in connection with um the the painting that of for Blessings of the Frost, which
Mm-hmm.
is also based on the same character, Jorn, God of Winter. Now, to me, it looks like the model, or at least the characters, have a similar look to them, specifically, I mean, remarkably, the Jorn and the Blessings of the Frost. Now, I know that they don't always every time use the exact same maybe models for specific pieces, but it's so remarkable. Was that the same person that modeled, and how did that you
No,
know
no, no.
really?
Uh, no. Actually, sometimes I would start without a model, or I would gather references from all over the place and just place them and kind of get something for someone that doesn't look like anyone.
Hmm.
But for Yorn, I received because Magali was she also worked on that card,
Hmm.
and
Yes.
I received I think it was already a finished card, and so
Okay.
I had to make him obviously uh, look similar to
I mean,
hers.
very similar. I mean, it was a really good job. I mean, and
Thank you.
it's one of the things that I'm kind of like, I guess I'm a little bit of a stickler for that. Like I like the characters to have um a similar look. So I saw that, and it's one of the rare instances I've seen in Magic where there is a really solid like bringing together of that. And so I was curious about that if there was if you had somehow gotten the image beforehand. And then
Yeah, I did. And someone on Twitter also asked me that. And yeah, she was the one who did it first, and then next wave I got her card, to like pick up the similarities and clothing.
and you're now, especially speaking of clothing, the the outfits that your characters have, I know that there's a design like book that the certain sets go by, but do you have any background in the fashion world? Because the outfits that you draw are very they're very like distinct and flowing.
Thank you. But I don't really have any background in fashion. Um, Sometimes we get like world guides with um, concept art, so you kind of make something look similar to that. You get an idea of how someone is supposed to look like. Um, and sometimes, like for Winter's Rest, for example, uh, that was like totally open. The only important thing was to make him look like he's sleeping, but he's not, like he's enchanted
Mm-hmm.
in deep sleep. And the rest was like, it was uh, not setting specific. And I got to design um, the knight and his outfit, everything.
And so you just use like say reference photos of older like of paintings of other knights or things like that.
Uh, Actually, I don't know. I tried to focus on functionality of the armor, and what at the time I wanted to. Um, okay, I'm bugging now with my English.
No, no, no.
Bear with me.
Oh, please.
um,
It's no, don't worry.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I had anything specific in my mind other than making it functional, and also to kind of have a base for the ice that I painted, to
With
kind of
with the glowing
show
the
the magic. Yeah.
yeah, it's there's it's I really do notice that in your pieces too there is an element that you're not afraid to use those fluorescent colors, those bright colors like parasitic impetus and of course, Una, but and I might mispronounce it, necromentia, I think it's pronounced that way.
Yeah.
um that's just it's just you definitely can you splash it in very well, lots of purples and greens. With Una, I wonder how did you how did you go about picking the actual plants and their flowers? Because I'm thinking I see, the hibiscus, bluebells, and is it datura that's there?
I'm really bad with flower names,
Oh,
but
okay.
I spent a lot of time researching. And also, when I received an assignment, they sent me two references. It was Adam Rex who did original Luna,
Mhm.
and Glenn Alendra, um, Omar. I will butcher his surname, so it's best I don't pronounce it.
It's okay.
Raja.
I would I would probably screw it up too. It's one of those things where it's and I to apologize ahead of time, and just in case I do mess up your name in the intro to this video, which I'm going to try desperately. And before I end the video, I'll be like, "How do I say it again?" That's
It's totally fine. I mean, it's hard to pronounce, if you're not Slavic. So
I have a can-do attitude, but I will do my best not to fuck it up, but I will do it. It will happen. But yeah, no, it's just it's really cool that you are able to do that. The splashes of color. And also I feel like you're ego free as far as artist goes because you you really do not you seem to be somebody that they're able to go to and say, hey, there are elements that we want to incorporate from other cards in it, and you just not only do you seem game for it, but you do it very well. Like Slippery Bogbinder is
Oh,
just
thank
a
you.
blast. It's a blast.
Yeah, there was. I kind of. I felt pressure there too, because it's Jesper. So,
Mm,
um, but I tried to, uh, you know, make the best that I could because I don't. I usually paint humanoid characters, so that was a bit of a challenge. But yeah,
it's
and with
great.
with Oona, I tried to respect the original art and kind of take color palette from there and just keep her as she is because I mean she's iconic. You can't
Mhm.
really like go
It's
crazy.
it's beautiful, and it is, and it really does. It is uniquely yours. Um,
Thank
but it also has the elements that made the card so beautiful to begin with. Um, Tempting Witch. Uh, where do those arms come from, and what what kind of nightmare inspired that? Because that I honestly, honest to goodness, I not until I was looking at it up close in a larger screen that because from a distance it kind of tricks you. It almost looks like it could just be like her clothing, and then when you look close past that apple, it's like baby's arms,
you. Yeah,
which is so disturbing. I mean, that's
it
so
is. It
like,
is, but it's cool also.
oh
Almost
yeah,
like a nightmare.
oh my god.
Um, Tyler Jacobson did concept for that witch with baby arms, and I had pleasure of illustrating that.
Oh god,
So
that one must have been fun. I mean, like, I don't know,
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess I know what it is, but I just never thought that I would be like, oh my God, baby's arms are so terrifying. It's just not, it's not something, usually they're, really adorable, and they're, uh, those little like rings around them of fat, and you're like, oh, look at that. And meanwhile,
Yeah, this
that
this
painting,
was really, in contrast to everything what the card represents in baby arms. But I think that's what makes it, uh, even stronger.
hmm hmm and I think it's yesterday it debuted. You are now officially a special art version of Shardless Agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Um,
when did you get that assignment? And I mean, again, you're just knocking it out of the park. You're getting all that cool stuff just right up in the beginning. I mean,
oh man, you're all asking me about the cars that I was most nervous about.
why? What are you nervous? Why are you nervous? I
Because
look,
it was reprint and
reprint.
because
Oh goodness.
yeah,
It,
and I'm glad that it's alt, alt art.
mm-hmm,
And I'm glad that we have both Izzy's and mine versions in it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was, of course, it was an important card, and I was like, oh my god, again.
Oh gosh. So it is a double-edged sword with you. You get the cool assignment, and then when you get it, you're like, oh no.
No, I mean, I was glad that I got to do it. But yeah, I was a bit nervous. How will the public react to new art? And
Well, I mean, I speak for the public because I mean I do, and everybody loves it, and that's that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, uh,
I'm
I,
glad.
yeah, no, please, the last thing I want for you to be nervous because it's like It's legit good stuff. And I do believe that there is a world where two art cards can, coexist, and it's not, mutually
Yeah,
exclusive.
yeah. Thank
And
you.
if it makes you feel any better, I had somebody, and this was even before I gotten the International Women's Day, and I had somebody basically like sell me like they sold me like a lot of stuff to get the copy of your Una. Like I made out. I wanted to keep it, but they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So that's what's happening.
Wow.
Yeah. Like we're talking like they gave me like $100 worth of cards. I was like,
That's
okay, well,
interesting.
I
That's
was like,
interesting.
there's like, I love the artwork. And I was like, well, I do too, but I mean, I could buy another International Women's Day with that one. But so so
Yeah, and you will get something from me too.
yes, yes. And so one another thing that I would like to say is, do you ever see yourself doing traditional painting for a magic card down the line?
Yeah, I would really love to do it someday. I actually prepared some panels and canvases and got some colors. So I plan on doing one personal work first, and then yeah, because I had a lot of break. You know, I think last time I did a little oil painting was 2017 or 18.
Was that the self-portrait you did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, wow, that was the last time you ever were able to do something like, wow, was it 5 years ago?
Mm, yeah, that was before.
And what do you do outside of magic? What are some other projects that you've worked on or are working on that you are particularly proud of?
Uh, well, actually, magic was the first big thing that happened to me, and I I'm actually very busy again. Still with that. I'm working with some publishing company called Heroic Heroic 100.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, no, I would really love to have more time for my own art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do
I would
you
love to keep working for Magic.
Oh, you're going
Hope
to keep
that
working for
continues.
Madge. Oh, it's going to continue. In fact, I was going to ask, and I know that you can't give these specifics, but I wanted to know how many pieces are in the works for future sets, like as far as total goes.
Um, I'm actually painting or finishing 35th card.
Wait, what? Again? What was that?
35th card.
Wow. Okay. Damn. So yeah, no, I think you're good. I think Magic's gonna work out for you.
I hope so.
Oh, you really know. I I gotta tell you, like you're going to be one of those like legendary artists. Like in like 20 years, people will be like, I loved your artwork. Like they'll be saying to you about the version of Shardless Agent that came out now. Cause you have to think about it. There are people that are joining the game now that are, like say 13, 14, and you get these cards when they're, super formative. And then what you do is you sort of, you carry them with you, and that's what eventually will happen. It's just a matter of time.
Let's not jinx it.
Oh goodness, there's no jinxing involved because you've got the actual skills. But I mean, and if I'm wrong, which I'm not, but if I was wrong, I will cut off my own head and eat it uh, on camera for everyone to see. And I don't know how I could do that, but I will.
Thank you. You are too kind, but please don't go there. Don't cut your head.
Well, I mean, I feel bad because I don't want you to be nervous or anything like that because like this I like on your side, totally on your side. I love your work, and it was super awesome to get a chance to talk to you. Do you have anything else that uh I mean, I know you said you didn't have anything other than magic, which is keeping you busy, but do you have anything that you, if you like, besides personal work, any other games or any sort of properties that you would love to work on, like say a Star Wars or something along those
Um, I am the biggest fan of Warcraft and Warhammer, so maybe something like that in future.
Oh yeah, yeah. Got to put it out there, you know. And I could, yeah, you definitely are made for that world as well. Did you play Magic when you were younger, or?
No, actually, I played D&D, and that's how I started with fantasy art. Gravitating towards that. But I didn't know many people who played Magic when I was younger. So it was only a few years ago that I started playing. I was always following stories on their website. They have articles with stories with like snippets,
Mm-hmm.
and so I would always go there, read, and drool when I see the art.
Yeah, I loved going through your Twitter feed because are there are more posts of you like retweeting other people's art than of your actual art. You're a big proponent, you're a big cheerleader of other artists. And I again, I've said this before to other people, but I do believe that you guys are a great community, and it seems like you've made yourself into that fold very well. I think that you probably are very well liked.
Community is really great. I met, a lot of cool people and made a lot of friends uh, that I work with, and also people that are not in magic too. Other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been active on Discord and Facebook groups. So yeah, you kind of get to know people also on Twitch. So
Oh,
yeah,
Twitch. I will learn to Twitch one day. Um,
you
if
should. You should.
I want to, I do, but I'm 39 years old, and the thing is that like new stuff just confuses me. You know, like old man Alper kind of gets confused. So I
You
have to
don't
have.
you don't look 39.
Oh, thank you. It's
Definitely not.
I appreciate that. I've had so much plastic surgery; it's not even funny. No, I'm just kidding. But um, but I did moisturize a lot. Do moisturize a lot. Like my mother kind of raised me where she would be like, "You have to moisturize. You have to moisturize." So I was like in college, and I would be at a party, and I'd be very say drunk, and I'd be like, "I'll be right back, you guys. I have to go and moisturize." They'd be like, "What?" And I'd be
Always
like,
moisturized. Yeah.
"Mm-hmm." I'm like, look, it's not gonna moisturize itself. So there you go.
Yeah, awesome.
One last question before I let you go. If you could, like, if you had an unlimited budget and money was not an issue, if you could buy one painting that's even if it's already sold or if it's in a museum in the world, which painting would that be?
That's a very hard question.
Yes, I know, and it's someone that you and I do it to all of them. So all you all have to get my crazy like pick a favorite one because I love it.
Hmm.
It says a lot about the artist.
I think it would be something from maybe Rembrandt.
Hmm.
Maybe. I
Maybe
don't know.
you want to pick three? I mean, I gotta
Okay.
get I gotta get a title.
I'm gonna pick Rembrandt. Um, some lithography from Dürer. I don't know how you pronounce it right.
Hmm.
And maybe something from Michelangelo.
Yeah,
a sculpture. If they count.
You're gonna have to get a lot
Well,
of
if you
storage
have
space.
unlimited money, you know.
Right. It's just if you have unlimited money, I mean, but you get David, you're gonna have to get a big house. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
how is it? What is it like 6-7 feet tall or something?
Yeah, I don't know the exact measures. I forgot.
I mean, it's huge, right? I mean,
It's really big. Yeah.
you have to crane your head to look at it, right?
I love Rodin also.
Oh yeah.
He's French sculptor.
Oh
So
yeah.
maybe something from him too.
Do you do sculptures as well?
No, I did. I took sculpture 1 year when I was at academy. But no, I don't. I just love
Hmm.
to admire them.
That's valid. Well,
And I did studies. Like I would draw sculptures, you know, and it's easy. You can move and then paint again or draw.
that's interesting. That's cool. So, like, yeah, that would explain, I guess, the background that you have. There is a lot of sculpting, a sense of sculpting to your artwork, and I can see that now that there is just sort of like I guess your artwork almost has like not like it makes any sense. There's sort of like a clay feel to it. It's very smooth.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Oh well,
Uh, yeah.
well that brings us to the end, and I hopefully I didn't traumatize you too much with my.
Actually, it was great
Oh,
talking to you.
okay, I'm
Really.
glad. I'm glad because I was like, the second I heard you nervous, I was like, oh, that was like dagger in my heart as an interviewer because I like to create a nice space because I've had other artists tell me like in private that they don't do interviews because they were attacked by the interviewer during and I thought to myself, that is a shitty interview if you're making
Mm.
somebody, so like as I'm hopefully I didn't make you suffer
No,
too
you.
much.
I really like you, and I watched many of your interviews.
Oh, thank you.
So it was really nice talking to
Well,
you,
it was
and
great
thanks for
talking to you
having
too.
me.
And thank you for joining me. And I have a wonderful, what is it, night? No, what time is it in Serbia now?
It's 4 p.m.
It
So
is almost 10 a.m. here.
yeah,
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
still early.
Yeah. Well, like to have my contacts in before 8. So
They are awesome.
thank you. Well, you have a good day or night or
You
evening.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Bye.
still day.
Night.
See ya.
Bye. See ya.
Well, what did you think? Wasn't she great? And how about me? Wasn't I a train wreck? All aboard the Markov Express with non-stop service to Sucks Out Loudville. Would you like the chicken or the fish? Sorry, we forgot to order it. You'll have to stick with a warm can of Diet Coke and some Dentine ice. But seriously, folks, be sure to check out Mila's work for the future. She's gonna be one of the greats. That's all for now. I'm going to be late engineering that train. So until next time, I got a scoop.